Hey, what's up, guys? So we are ready to kick butt in the CWA Ebarbs Rush Challenge. So I already have my deck. I'm going to copy this here, and we're going to get ready to put it in the challenge. It seems like I can't use the deck, or can I? Okay, so maybe you guys aren't allowed to use champions. If you're not, then I'll also show another deck, but this is the best deck, I think, if I'm able to use it, because you're able to use Witch, and then also Skeleton King and Tombstone. You collect a lot of souls from all the skeletons dying, whether you're distracting with the Witch or the Tombstone, and then you click the Skeleton King ability. And then you can also whip out a graveyard on top of your opponent's tower. And the Ebarbs, well, they don't attack very fast, so they're not able to eliminate the graveyard skeletons. This seems like a really good deck for the challenge. I'll be switching it out, and I'll be swapping out some other stuff if you guys do not have Skeleton King. But for the first thing, let me show you what I presume to be the best deck for the challenge, for me at least. This could be a very easy deck to play and just a safe deck no matter the situation. The main reason why I like Tombstone and the main reason why I like this type of deck is because I'm getting an endless source of value for literally no elixir. Like, he's dropping a mini P.E.K.K.A. That's 4 elixir, that's kind of wasted. And then my Tombstone's on the map, and it's going to be able to give me value over time, right? It's able to distract his mini P.E.K.K.A. It's able to distract all of his other stuff. Okay, it didn't distract the mini P.E.K.K.A. because the skeletons didn't come down in time, but usually that would happen. And if he's down elixir, what I can do is I can go in for a giant skeleton at the river with our Ebarb. And if you rocket that, you're not able to kill. So it's a huge elixir investment from our opponent. Yeah, Bowler might work pretty well in this challenge. I can definitely see the the reason why people would run that. I'll probably put Bowler over Skeleton King in case you guys want to run that. Yeah, I think Bowler could work really, really well in this challenge. Which Bowler, having the ample amount of distractions and knockback, probably be frustrating for opponents too. So I didn't really think about that. I just ran a deck that I was pretty comfortable with that also would work out well in this challenge. So if you guys want to run this deck that I'm running right now and you want to run it on ladder, you can swap out the Skeleton King for a mirror, and then you can swap out the Snowball for arrows, and then that works really well. Or not arrows, tornado, and then you can swap out the Witch for Executioner. So Witch for Executioner, Snowball for tornado, and then mirror for the Skeleton King. And then you're going to have a really, really good deck that works extremely well in almost every aspect. Also, thanks for everyone that's here. I hope you guys are having a fantastic day. We're going to crush the challenge really quick, and I assume we're not going to take any L's. I know that I could get no losses with this deck, but we'll be switching it up, and we'll be showing you guys a deck that you can run with no champions. I hate the fact that Clash Royale looks at this, and they're like, you know what? Now you get to use your battle deck instead of creating a deck inside the challenge. Because not everyone has every card unlocked. So if you have no cards unlocked and you don't have access to champions, you can't run the best deck in the challenge, or presume the best deck in the challenge for me. That's what I would definitely. I guess I'm going to complain about that and see if I can fight for you guys about, you know, just adding more availability and more accessibility to champions in these challenges for people. What's up, Tusk? What's going on? And how's it going, Titan? Super happy to see you here. The challenge is easy? Yeah, I guess it's going to be pretty easy for us today. And, you know, we vibe with that. We roll with that. Hello from Croatia. What's going on, my dude? I hope you're having an amazing day, and thanks for taking the time to be here. I also really like running a deck that has Graveyard because it can immediately get on top of the tower, since Giant Skeleton and Ebarbs are really, really strong cards. And a lot of people are going to be running Giant Skeleton in this meta. So I would highly encourage you guys to run a deck that either gets on top of the tower like Graveyard, or maybe, you know, run something like Lava Hound if you can, because Lava Hound can maybe break through and not really care about the Ebarbs that much. But you would also have to have a lot of ground distractions if you're running a Lava Hound deck. Maybe that wouldn't work out so well. This was the deck that I would run the entire time if I had all champions unlocked. Hopefully you guys vibe with that. And now we'll show you a different version. So you can run it with Mirror, I think, instead of the Skeleton King. But just for all intents and purposes here, I think the way that we were going to run it is going to be running Bowler. I could also run Cannon Cart here too, but I think Bowler works out really well. We've got Snowball, Poison, Zappies, Witch for anti-air answers, and Tombstone to go and pull all of our opponent's stuff. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. So we don't have any banners really unlocked. I didn't gem them yet, so I'm super, super excited as we go to gem these and see if we can collect any rare stuff that we haven't before. Use Bowler? Yeah, I'm using Bowler today. That's exactly what's up. Also, I hope everyone's doing well. I'm super excited because we're finally about to finalize our new apartment that I just got. So I should be finalizing that today. And I found out a lot of bad things about the last one. Like, it was right next to the fire department, so I would get woken up at like 2 a.m. and there's like a whole bunch of theft and stuff, and I was like, oh no, well, if my computer gets stolen, I'm kind of screwed. So
yeah, we ended up finding a better place. And even though we spent a little bit more money than we wanted to, because I guess Seattle's really expensive, it ended up working out. I think safety is really important, so I will spend a little bit more for that. I think freeze is better than the poison if you're running graveyard. Poison's just a little bit more reliable. It slows down your opponent's stuff, so I personally prefer to run poison in this type of like situation where there's more units on the map. You also have bowler and giant skeletons. You've got a lot of great ground defenses. I feel like it's probably important for me to make sure that I have more anti-air answers, and the poison will definitely fulfill that bill. Especially if we play against another graveyard player, having poison helps out a lot, whereas freeze kind of, yeah, actually, what if I had freeze right now? What would I do? Would I drop like a snowball and then bowler and drop 7 elixir? That doesn't really work for me, so case in point, I think that I made the right decision there. 11-hour shift, now watching the Smash the Challenge. Have a good day. Yes, sir. Dude, if you're having an 11-hour shift and you're having a tough time, or you've been grinding really hard, I hope you get to get a little bit of ease up on the gas pedal eventually, man. Life sometimes is a grind, at least for me. Like, I'll have sessions where I'm having to do a lot more work than I would want, and then sometimes it's just a lot more easy. So, yeah, man, I hope that it works that way for you. If not, then, you know, hopefully later on in life it eases up for you, because you deserve it, man. Mental health and taking care of yourself is very important. And thank you, Harrison, for stopping by, even though you've had such a long day. Play ladder, please. Well, I could play ladder, but, you know, like, the entire point of the stream is the CWA Rush Challenge. You guys already know that I complete every single challenge on this stream. And if you guys like this, you can subscribe to the channel, because I complete all the challenges. Whether it's a more difficult challenge like the 20-win one, I'll be playing it here like I did before. And then, you know, like, I'll always be playing everything. The global tournaments, every single challenge that you could think of will be on this channel. So that's definitely something to consider if you haven't already. Okay, so I'm going to go in for a giant skeleton. I'm going to graveyard on the other side. I guess I can't. Never mind. I have to poison here. I don't think the tombstone is actually helping me out, so I might end up taking a whole bunch of damage that I did not intend to. Fireball's coming down from our opponent. Looks like we might actually take a loss here. So that was not what we were hoping for, Chief. With 10 seconds remaining, I took our first L. So we'll bounce back and we'll play a little bit better. I wasn't very focused, and I dropped the tombstone in the wrong spot, so he ended up taking a win from me. Should have been better. I think that the bowler that we had was targeting the graveyard skeletons instead of the elite barbarians. So then I ended up not placing my bowler at the right point or the right timing. So my fault. We'll play better the next one. That witch is not good. It wasn't the witch. It was the tombstone and then the bowler. I tried 2.6 and it's good. 2.6 in this? Probably not, right? Like, you're going to be playing against someone that has elite barbarians and probably like tombstone, other stuff like that, and even a building. So I think if you played a version of 2.6 into this, you might struggle a lot. Maybe. That's just my suspicion. Also, I didn't focus at all in the last game, so I will focus a little bit more here. We'll get a win, and then after we win the game, I will focus a little bit less, and we'll just, you know, talk to you guys while we're playing afterward. Really, really hard to talk and commentate if you, or talk and play if you play against someone decent. The last guy seemed to actually be okay at the game, which is unfortunate, but it is how it is. If that Ebarb crosses the river, I'm going to immediately go in for the graveyard. And notice how those witch skeletons are going to give us a lot of value there. We take that. I can poison here and finish off hopefully the fly machine. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, look, I focused. We did a lot of damage, and now I'm feeling in a good spot. And we can talk to you guys. How about log bait here? You could play log bait. I mean, Goblin Barrel gets directly onto the tower, but I wouldn't be running something with Inferno Tower. Why would you run Inferno Tower when your opponent's spamming Elite Barbarians? Does Inferno Tower kill Elite Barbarians? Usually not, right? So, even if you're running Tesla, it's probably not going to give you that much value. I mean, you could, because these challenges are not super competitive. You could probably win with log bait. You could probably win with 2.6. But my intentions here are to kind of show you guys easier decks and some of the better decks for the challenge. Alright, so he missed the fireball. The bowler is going to still stay alive. The witch is going to keep spawning skeletons. The bowler ends up hitting the tower a bit, and we should walk away with the win. Good stuff, guys. Good looks. That's what we like to see. Where would you put Executioner on your tier list? Ooh, I don't know, man. I think it's probably like a C or B tier card. Maybe B. I think it's pretty good. How do you always know what the best plays are to make? I've played the game for like a lot of years. I don't always make the right plays. Like, remember last game I lost because I dropped my tombstone here and the skeletons were spawning on this side and it didn't pull the elite barbarians. That was a pretty blatant mistake, but you know, it does happen. SIRTAG, I love it. I love it. Keep it up from Egypt. Hell yeah, man. Thanks for watching from all the way around the world. What is a good card to max out first? Well, I mean, I could tell you to max out, like, Night Witch if you're running Golem, but then, you know, we might not be running Golem, so I could tell you to max out Cannon if you're running a control deck. It really depends on the deck that you're playing, man. I would say Fireball, but Fireball got nerfed. It seems like Clash Royale is starting to nerf all the cards that are universally good in every single deck. Like, Fire Spirit got a huge nerf. Fireball got a nerf. Those cards were great in every deck. So it depends on what deck you're playing now, because I think Clash Royale is starting to nerf cards that are universally broken. I could also tell you Giant Skeleton, it is the best card in the game right now. Giant Skeleton is by far the best card in the game, and that's not even up for debate. Maybe Mighty Miner is like slightly better, but that's a champion, right? So it's not like a real card. So yeah, that's just one of those things, man. Why do you use Giant Skeleton in every challenge? I just said it's the best card in the game, so that's why. It's really, really strong. Yo, Mississippi Dog, do not keep typing that, man. What are the specs on your PC? I'm not sure about my specs on the PC. I know I spent a lot more money than I should have because I bought it when I needed to because my PC was dying. So I had to buy it during like December, and then the prices went way down after. I'm like, oh, you scalpers that were making the prices of my graphics card be like $2,000 when it should have just been like $800. So I overspent like massively, and it was very, very sad. But you know, you can't really like. There's always some situations that you can look back in life and just be like, well, I couldn't have really changed anything. I was kind of forced into that decision. My PC was dying and I wouldn't have been able to create content. I just kind of rolled with it. It is what it is, right? So Sparky is also pretty good in this challenge, actually. It seems like Sparky is a really good decision in this challenge, what I've seen. I'm going to snowball here so the bats don't allow the Giant Skeleton to break through. Even if he clones, that's going to be fine. And then, as you can see, our Giant Skeleton is very, very strong. Extremely strong card in this challenge. I think Witch is probably better than Bowler. It seems like Bowler got distracted by the graveyard last time, right? So maybe the Bowler isn't as good as the Witch is, whereas the Witch would have spawned skeletons and then cleaned up everything. So something to consider. Also, when you're running Bowler, don't drop Bowler in the middle. Always make sure you're dropping it off to the side. If you don't drop it off to the... always drop it down the middle, sorry. If you drop it off to the side, then you're not going to be able to get as much value, since the Bowler will knock the stuff directly into your tower. And you don't want it to get knocked into your tower. Like, if you drop your Bowler here, the Bowler knocks the Elite Barbarians this way, and then the Ebarbs go towards your tower. It's just something to consider. Yo, what's up, Alex? Thank you for the $20, man. Hell yeah. Thanks for streaming these challenges. You always make the best content. Always good vibes. Let's freaking go, brother. That's what we like to hear. I mean, I try to have good vibes every single time I play, and I'm just in a really good mood right now because I finally got, like, a lot of things going well in my life. And I was struggling for a bit, like when I was making a huge move from Boston to Seattle. It wasn't easy, so I struggled super, super hard. And then, you know, finally things do come together. It's always a process, you know. It never always immediately comes easy to me, I guess. What I'm trying to say. So I'm gonna poison this, so then the skeletons can still distract. And then I think that the Ebarbs are gonna die to our. Yeah, I think our Ebarbs do die here. So I want to go Giant Skeleton. So then. Maybe the Giant Skeleton can separate. Okay, so the Ebarbs aren't going to completely die with the Sparky there, so that's fine. I love the Witch, though. It's such a good card in this challenge. I think Witch is a criminally underrated card. Also in regular game modes, too. I think it's just a really, really good card to play. So Giant Skeleton is going to be a huge pain in the booty, but it's all good. We can just go in for Witch, and then Snowball if we need to on the bats. I think I should have poisoned, but I didn't have Elixir, so I couldn't do it, really. I'm not going to poison now. It just doesn't make sense to. Because all the skeletons are going to die to the Witch and the Bowler. I think we have one of the most obnoxious decks in the entire game. Like, there's no way that someone wakes up and is like, I want to play against this. Because Witch and Bowler are just staying away from the bombs for a while. And then eventually when they do get bombed, it's not that bad. Witch is still alive. It doesn't die to the Giant Skeleton, apparently. And we can poison on the Skeleton Army or, you know, the bats or anything that he drops here. And then if the Bowler locks onto the tower, we win. So that should be it. I mean, there's a chance that we don't win, but... very, very high likelihood we're going to win that game. The skeletons were going to distract the Sparky and kill the Elite Barbarians too. So we had that one. Do you think adding another spell is a good idea? No, I think this deck is perfect as is. I wouldn't change anything. I prefer Seattle much more than the East Coast as John Taylor. That's nutty, man. I broke my nose falling down the stairs yesterday, and dude, I'm so sorry about that. I also told you, like, to not keep spamming that in the chat, but I am sorry about that, man. I really like the new background. Yeah, the new background's dope. I'm pretty happy with it. Like, I can't complain about having a background that just is really cool colors. But it's going to be a lot better. All right. so what do we want to do? Do we want to go Zappies here? And then how's the diet going, man? I'm not actually on a diet. I'm trying to eat healthier because I don't eat enough. Like, I don't eat enough in the morning. And then I also, when I do eat, I binge on snacks. So that's kind of been like a bad thing for me. I want to prepare some like healthier, more green meals and then also eat more meat in the morning. And I haven't really done that. So that's something that I'm working on. I still ate healthy yesterday. I had Jersey Mike's, which was pretty good. And then I think tomorrow I'm starting to like eat out way less too, because we finally got like, you know, set up in this apartment, but I know that the next one will be a little bit more difficult starting to cook in while we're moving into it. So hopefully for the next month I don't eat too poorly because we're still moving, but yeah, the month after will be really good too. I'm hoping that I can be near like a Trader Joe's or something, because then I can easily go and get whatever food I need. The issue for me, or one of the biggest issues for me, is like, I think a lot of times if you get food or like stuff in larger quantities, it goes bad, so I try not to. But if I don't, then I often don't have enough food for like healthier meals. So it's definitely a dilemma. So I don't want to get too much food because I don't want food waste. At the same time, I definitely do tend to underbuy food then. So I need to be closer to a good grocery store. Alright, so we're going to go Giant Skeleton here, and then we'll be able to finish all this off with Zappies. As you can see, if your opponent decides to go for minion hordes and stuff, like, it's not going to do anything. You got Witch, you got Poison, you got Snowball, and even if they've got Poison and Mother Witch, like, the Witch combo that you have with Poison and Bowler are going to kill all the piggies that they do get. So it's not that big of a deal. And last time when we lost, the Bowler decided to target the Graveyard Skeletons, but now it's targeting the Ebarbs. So as you can see, the Bowler does pretty well into Elite Barbarians. I do like it a lot. He's got Valkyrie as well. He seems like he would have a good answer to our deck, right? He seems like he would have a counter, but I don't think it is. I think Bowler and Witch are just too good. And then the Bowler's an alternative win condition. Like, it's knocking back the Elite Barbarians, and it's giving us tower damage. So those Elite Barbarians are supposed to be a benefit to him, right? It's something that you get behind your tower. It's giving you value. But in reality, kind of screwed him over. Kind of gave him chip damage on the tower every time. Always happy to see you streaming. I don't watch video games or streams, but I never miss one of yours because you seem like such a wonderful human being. You always make my day. Keeping you, dude. We love you. Thank you so much, True North Wilds. That's really, like, I don't know. It's really, really cool to see people say, hey, I don't watch the game anymore. I don't watch too much Clash Royale, or I don't even play the game anymore, but I still watch you. That's like one of the ultimate, like, type of compliments that every creator always wants. Like, I talk to my friends and I'm like, you guys want this type of compliment or no? And they're like, this is my favorite thing to hear. I'm like, yeah, I mean, for me too, just because it says that you're watching for me. And yeah, I mean, a lot of times, like, when you first start streaming, no matter who you are, you're just kind of like, I don't know if people actually want to watch me. Maybe they'll watch me because I'm good at the game. But, you know, like, it feels really cool to have people just directly contradict that and make me actually feel really good about it, you know? So thank you, man. Thanks for the kind words, and thank you for the $20. And I hope you're having an amazing day. Good job, main. Thanks, brother. Also, push to 8K with your main. I don't know if I could hit 8K trophies. I mean, I've said this a million times. I'll say it again. I am not as good as a lot of you guys think. I am a top 1,000 to top 2,000 player at the end of the season. Or whenever I want to be, I could be top 1,000 to 2,000 in the world. I don't know if I could hit the 8K trophies, because a lot of times that's like top 200, and then I'd have to grind a lot to get there. So maybe I could, but in reality, like, I don't know if I want to spend that amount of time, because then I would dislike the game. If I dislike the game, then obviously I don't think it's sustainable for me to create content and stuff. So yeah, maybe, but not right now, I don't think. I don't think I'll be able to hit 8K yet. Hey, you hit 5 million gold. Let's go. I don't think that's a good thing. It's kind of like you hit 5 million gold and now you have to watch it get wasted forever, and you can't donate to your clan. You can't do anything. I wish I could donate to you guys. I do gold giveaways all day, every day. Imagine I would break the in-game economy, though. Like, they would, Clash Royale, they would start, like, hating me. They'd be like, oh, we like you because you create good content and then you keep people playing our game. And then they'd be like, yeah, I hate this guy. Screw him. He's like giving everyone gold and then we're not making any money with our offers anymore. Like, imagine I would just break the entire game. That would just give away all the gold. That'd be pretty funny. Can we get a setup tour? Because I'd love to see how you record. Yeah, so right now, it doesn't really work out. I can't give you guys a setup tour because my setup's trash. It's literally like a camera, a light, and then there's a monitor. And that's it. That's all it is, man. Eventually, it will be a lot better. I promise you guys. It needs to be in a situation where I'm proud of, like, showing you guys my content. It needs to be a situation where it's like, hey, wow, it's actually something unique or interesting. Because now it's kind of like, you know, it's herp derp mode. Okay, so interestingly enough, I think that the skeletons will provide us some utility. Maybe it's going to lock onto, okay, it hit my tower. That wasn't supposed to happen. It is what it is. That's a chuckle of pain, by the way. I do that quite often. Whenever I'm pained, whenever I get destroyed, I do tend to laugh. Maybe it's a defense mechanism. I don't know. All right, so we're going to poison here, and then we should win. Look at the bowler. It's literally a win condition. As I said before, freaking broken card in this challenge, at least. Wow, I think bowler might be better than Skeleton King, to be honest. I'm starting to think that bowler only disappointed me once because he targeted the wrong thing. And then after that, he decided to win every time. This bowler is our savior. I used your Mega Graveyard deck for this challenge, and it worked pretty well. Yeah, it would work pretty well because it's got Witch, and it's got Spear Goblins, and it's also got Mega Knight. So, you know, that deck that I have on my main channel, SIRTAG CR, where I upload daily videos at 3 p.m. Eastern, with over 500,000 subscribers, SIRTAG CR again, is where I upload the majority of my channel. And then this is my streaming channel, and that's where the guy got the latest deck. That deck did so well. The video did so well. And I actually pushed the top 1,000 or top... Yeah, I think I pushed the top 1,000 in the world. I did push the top 1,000 in the world on that video. My most recent video on the YouTube channel. Does hair loss bother you? I haven't had hair loss yet. But when it does happen, if it does happen, it will probably when I get older. You know, you can't really change how you look as a person, right? There's just... there's certain things like genetically you have or stuff that happens that... You know, it'll probably like bother me when things happen that make me look worse. But at the same time, you just have to take it and you have to realize, you know, you can't do much about it. So definitely don't worry about the things you can't change, basically. Yo, what's up, Yasar? Thank you for the dono. And I hope you're having a beautiful day, brother. Huge thanks. It's funny how you posted a video 1 minute ago while you're streaming. Yeah, I have scheduled videos. Also... Banner box. What are we going to get? Let's go. Give me something good. No mediocre. Let's go. That's a sick one. That's Boss's favorite one, by the way. And it was also relatively rare, right? Yeah, no, that was rare. That was a rare one. Let's go. I also got the most rare one ever. I got extremely rare first try, by the way. So that's dope. All right, so we have a couple more. Oh, we'll get another one. Let's go. That's the best one in my opinion. Yeah, dude, I got so lucky. Do you know Nick at Night, SIRTAG? Yeah. Awesome person. What a chat uploading and streaming the same day. I upload every single day, dude. That's the best thing about my channel is I grind every day for like 12 plus hours. And I make sure that I put out really high quality video every single day because quite frankly, YouTube was my dream. It wasn't my dream before. It was more of a meme, and I was just like, let's just upload. I don't really care what happens. I'll just post a daily video. But ever since I started to care, my views have went way up. I've actually enjoyed my own videos a lot. And I think after like a year, if you haven't watched my videos in like a year or whatever, you'll be completely surprised by the quality. They are so good compared to what they were before. Because I started caring. And I refuse to upload videos that I don't personally enjoy anymore. If there were videos that I need to put up, I would just upload them. But now I'm like, nah, we're going to get 3 videos ahead. We're going to make sure that every single video is something I like. And if it's not something I like, we're re-rendering it and we're making it better. And just for instance, one of the videos that I'm uploading tomorrow, I've re-rendered 5 times because there's been an error multiple times. Not necessarily my fault. It's been more so on the rendering side. Just consistently had errors, and I refuse to upload it until it's perfect. So just one of those things. Very rarely does that happen. Usually it's just one re-render because most of the time the changes are perfect. But yeah, that's just an example of what we do to make sure that the videos are great. It takes a lot of time. I think I've spent around 8 hours of my time on that video. And that's definitely not easy when you're uploading daily. But I think this video is like a very special upload. And that will be tomorrow's one. But yeah, it's just an example of what I do now compared to what I did before. I never used to do that before for good reason. I was taking like, I think I was taking the maximum amount of courses in college, and I was uploading daily. So then obviously I wouldn't even have time to fix things. So like my editor would just send it over and I just upload it and be like, okay, if there's issues, there's issues. And I never have that mentality anymore because, you know, I'm treating YouTube as like my full time. I love this stuff. This is my goal. But yeah, so much respect for your fans. It's awesome. Yeah, man. I mean, I also, one other thing that I have that's a very big opinion of me. I think if you're a content creator and you're not reading your viewers' comments and you're not responding to them, like you kind of should be doing that if you have the available time. If you never do that, I think you're probably not like the best creator if you don't really care or ever respond to your comments. I think there's a lot of creators that get burnt out and then they just don't do it. But I think if you've never done it or you never do or you don't read comments, then you kind of just don't care that much. And that's a pretty bad mentality to have. But yeah, this is how it is. I mean, people don't owe anyone to respond or like read comments, but I just think that it was definitely a mentality that I had before. It was just like I gotta upload or whatever and just be done and go on to the next one. But yeah, I think that's probably a bad mentality. Do you think Expo is good or dead? I think Expo is okay, but it's really hard to play right now with Giant Skeleton being so strong. So if Giant Skeleton has as much health points and there's a lot of tank decks in the meta, and you're running into like Giant Skeleton, Earthquake, Hog Rider, you're probably screwed. The fact that he is proud of each vid is amazing. Yeah, I finally can say that. I was never able to say that so I uploaded it daily for 4 or 5 years. For the first half of it, no, for 3 years, I was not proud of my videos. And I didn't enjoy watching them personally. And now I finally actually enjoy watching my own videos, which is weird because, you know, you're watching your own videos, you're kind of listening to your own voice, and you've probably played the games before, right? So it's definitely a testament to how far we've come. All right, you're the best on all of YouTube. I don't know if I'm the best in all of YouTube, and I don't even know if I'm the best in Clash Royale. That's always subjective, right? But I like my personal content the best, and I think everyone that's a creator should like their own content the best, because if you're not liking your own content the best, then you're not liking your own style. And if you're not liking your own style and your own way of creating videos, then there's a huge problem. I enjoy your videos, so thank you for entertainment. Thank you, brother. All right, so we're gearing up to win this. Let's get back to the challenge. Like, if I win this game, then we get the banner. So we're gonna get a really hype banner if we get it. Super stoked for that. And then on top of that, if we're able to get the banner, then we're able to get the emoji right after. I think they need to do more challenges like this. I want more challenges like this. I hope Clash Royale just creates a bigger team, kind of like Blizzard or whatever, and then just pumps out content endlessly. Imagine if there was a challenge like this every other day or something. That would make me so happy, but also I am addicted to this game. Maybe you guys would get overwhelmed by that. I'm not sure, but I hope they add more and more challenges like this. Also, you guys were wondering why is Giant Skeleton so broken? If it gets onto the tower, I win the game. It will also kill elite barbarians that are coming towards that side. It's a great tank for the graveyard. Like, everything about it is just really strong. I'm watching for a year now. I'm 65 and learning from you and how you love what you do. Yes, sir. That's a great thing about video games, man. I'm going to be playing Clash Royale or whatever game I'm enjoying at the moment for the rest of my life. Like, I will be playing games for eternity, bro. And I think it's such a good way of disconnecting from real life. Like, if you're stressed and, like, let's say you have car problems that are costing you a lot of money, or car problems that are costing you a lot of time and money, or anything, like, I don't know, issues with your relationship or issues with family, anything. You can just escape from that, play a video game, and then come back to it at a different point when you've mentally recollected yourself and just have a better time every single time, reliably kind of escaping to play a video game. And it's just such a refreshing thing. You can play with friends all across the world too. I've met people that I never would have met without video games. Like, one of my best friends, actually scratch that, my best friend lives in Canada. Would never have met him without video games and having like these awesome communities. Another thing is, like, obviously, like, you wouldn't be able to play with old friends. Like, some of my friends from high school, I can connect and I can play with them and play StarCraft 2 or play different games that, you know, I would never ever be able to do if we were like trying to play tennis or something. I wouldn't be able to do that with them. He's in Boston or Connecticut, so it's like, you know, it's definitely a different vibe. So it's really, really cool to be able to have that. Let's go. Is that your best friend, Brad? Brad is not my best friend. I don't talk to him that much. I really like him as a person. I just, the thing about having like super close friends or best friends is one thing that I found out is you can't really talk to too many people. Like, if you're having too many friends or too many friends that you're talking to at a lot, then it kind of dilutes the friendships and makes them like less meaningful and less impactful. For me, I've always found that if I have a couple, like 2 to 3 really close friends that I can stay in touch with no matter what's going on in my life, if I'm really stressed, I can always still talk to them. It's more manageable to have a friendship there. But if you're talking to a lot of different people, it's not as fun. It's not as like meaningful, at least for me, because it's harder to keep connected with them. And then also on top of that, the relationships, even if I do connect to a lot of different people at once, then sometimes the relationships feel more surface level because there's just not as many of them, or because there are so many of them, right? So I try to choose like quality over quantity for the amount of people that I talk to on a daily basis. And yeah, I don't know. I've definitely stopped talking to as many people as I used to, which I think has been a really good choice for me because I've been able to spend more time on my content, more time with fewer friends, and just establish like stronger connections and have a better time in life overall. I think that my content's got a lot better too because I haven't like scrambled around trying to connect with as many people as I used to. I had a friend from WoW that came from Ohio to Michigan. How cool is that? Dude, that's so dope. That's so dope. That was really cool. Do you play Clash of Clans? I do play Clash of Clans. I am starting to play a little bit. I never did before. I'm considering playing it for a sponsorship. Full transparency. I would only play it because of the sponsorship. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Like, I never lie to you guys about sponsorships and stuff like that. Like, if you guys ever have any questions, just let me know. Let me know about all that stuff. What's your main deck? My main deck is, well, one of my main decks is the one that I uploaded on my main channel at SIRTAG CR. I can actually link that really quick. Ooh, we're going to get a banner token. But yeah, I'll link my main channel very, very quickly if you guys want to check it out. That link that I just posted in the chat is my main channel where I upload daily at 3 p.m. Eastern every single day with high quality content. Someone asked me, what is my main deck? There's a video right now about my main deck in Clash Royale, and I pushed the top 1,000 in the world. How much money do you make per month? So that's something personal that I actually don't talk about. If it's like something related to not a money or something related to that, then ask me any questions about sponsorships. Just not necessarily the exact money figure that I make, because those are personal details. All I can tell you is all of the money that I make from sponsorships, all of the money that I make from creator code, all of the money that I make from donations goes directly back into editing, and the editing costs are exuberant. They would very, very much surprise you. So almost all the money that I make goes back into the content because, you know, I kind of want to make my channel something special for the future. And the only way of doing that is like kind of doing the Mr. Beast model and reinvesting it. Obviously, I am saving some money, so then if something crashes, I'll still be able to afford my, like, you know, my room and my definitely my food and stuff, but almost all of the money goes back into the channel. All right, so let's do this and see what we can get. Come on, guys. Give me the good luck. Give me the extremely rare stuff. I am puzzled by how bad this pattern could ever be. Screw you, Clash Royale, for the bad pattern. That's so troll. That's so troll. I wanted something extremely rare, and it gave me the least rare one. Oh, it is what it is. But the next time, the next challenges, you guys already know, we're going to be able to get rare or extremely rare. So I'm pretty hyped for that. I hope I don't have to gem these. Are you sponsored by Clash Royale? No, but they kind of do sponsor us because they give us a creator code. So in some way, they kind of do sponsor us, but not all the time. Is being a YouTuber worth it? See, that's one of the best questions you could ever ask me. It is so worth it from a standpoint of being able to dedicate your own time schedule. If you actually make it big, you make an excessive amount of money. If you're big, you make a bank. Like, some of the people that have millions of views, like, that's a type of job that scales exponentially. If you're like a Valkyrie, if you're one of those guys, it is huge. If you're not and you're struggling, you're kind of going to get screwed by income that is not necessarily very reliable. For instance, if the game dies or you're not doing super well, or like forbid a marketing thing happens where YouTube's AdSense goes lower, then it could be a lot worse. And then life will be way harder for you to even, you know, pay rent or even afford your editing costs. So for me, like in 2020, when stuff happened and no one was paying for ads, I was actually losing money for a month. So that was terrible. And I was still creating content and I was still working, yet I was losing money, and then I had to rely on like reserves. So it's a great job if you are in a situation where you are very like big. It's a bad job at the start, and it should only be a side hustle until you make it. Right now, I've definitely made it a bit, and I'm very comfortable with what I have. But you know, if you're getting 50,000 views in Brawl Stars, I think you're making $40, $50 in the video. So that's like not that much money for 50,000 views, and you guys probably would assume that it's a lot more than that, right? Like Brawl Stars, you barely make any money. Raid Shadow Legends, you make it's just a disgusting amount of money. So like the more pay to win the games are, the more money you make. So it's definitely something that most people don't expect or really understand. So it depends on the niche and the category that you're in for YouTube, and then it also depends on how lucky you are with how sustainable your game is. Things that you can't necessarily control. Like for instance, if Clash Royale dies, I'm kind of like a little bit screwed. Not necessarily completely screwed, because I still have a brand and I still have a platform. Still some people that would watch me for sure. Like when I do sponsored videos, still have 30 to 40,000 people watching. That would go down over time, of course, but I think I would still have 20,000 people watching, and I would be able to have an income, like worst case scenario. So, you know, you always have to think about it. YouTube's not a very stable job. You don't get healthcare. You don't get any benefits. And then also, you can't really take too much time off without it punishing you. But if you do make it big, it's one of the best jobs in the world. And for me personally, it's not really just about money or time spent. It's more about, do I enjoy it? And I love playing this game. I love the community, so it's perfect fit for me as well. Also, my personality is pretty outgoing. I kind of scream a lot at the computer screen, so it's a perfect fit for me. But is it a perfect fit for everyone? Probably not. And it's a job that I would always recommend doing part-time until you actually can make it full-time and figure out if you actually like it. Hopefully that makes sense. What's your mindset when you create decks? I do a lot of trial and error. Most of the time, the decks are terrible at the start if it's a meme deck, and then I adjust and finally figure out a meme deck that works. That's yeah, that's kind of how it works. And there's a lot of time and effort that goes into trial and erroring and finding the best decks for you guys. So we got the challenge. We lost one game at the start. I told you guys why. I messed up my bowler placement, and I could have improved that and played better. We're gonna take a look at the emoji really quick. Kind of cool. I think that's a pretty dope emoji. I don't like the fact at the end that it just bursts up in flames instead of like doing another animation. I don't think that's as cool as this one. This is my favorite emoji right now. Or one of my... Oh, that's actually not my favorite emoji. It's the one that jumps on the tower. I don't think I bought it. I was waiting for it to go in the shop. But this one's also pretty cool too. I like the pixel ones. But let me know down below in the comment section what your favorite emoji is. If you guys have any questions, I usually read almost every single question in the comment section on a live stream VOD. So if you guys want to support me, drop a like on the video. It goes a long way. It gets the algorithm boosted, and then people end up... I'll play one game while we're waiting while I'm talking. If you drop a like on the video, it gets it pushed out to other people, and then we can get more views overall. And then, you know, it's a good way of supporting me for free. So if you guys want to help the channel out, help me out as a creator, best way of doing that is dropping a like on the video and subscribing to the channel. The other thing that you guys can do, as I said before, if you guys want to see what I do on a main basis and my actual like job and what my goal is, check out my main channel. That's the channel in the chat right now. That's what I grow. And I post daily videos there at 3 p.m. Eastern every single time. So this time right now, minus 19 minutes, there's a video every single day. So hopefully you guys enjoy that. There's a video that I just published like 19 or 20 minutes ago as well. So if you guys want to check that out right after, highly recommend you guys looking at that. So we're going to get back to this game and going to show you guys kind of what I do whenever I'm trying with one of my favorite decks in Clash Royale. This is one of my main decks. He's got lightning, so he's probably going to have a beatdown deck, especially when he's going to have mega minions. So we'll see if I can just go in for a golem on the left-hand side. That's really, really good for us that we ended up getting a bar barrel from our opponent. I can easily activate King Tower with this tornado on the lumberjack and take no hits. And then it's going to go directly towards the King Tower for a +1 elixir advantage. And I'm going to have a good trade here because our golem get dropped in the back when he was down elixir. And remember, he used lightning on top of the Elixir Collector. So now he doesn't have Lightning for the Electro Dragon. So I can just Electro Dragon here instead of Skeleton Dragonsing. And then if he Mega Minions, I think I can go for Skeleton Dragons and kill it. Maybe I'm wrong. I might be wrong. I think we just let this roll and just watch the Mega Minion end up killing it. And then the Baby Dragon's not something that I necessarily have to respond to. Super hardcore. He can't drop a Golem right now because he's down too much Elixir. He'll probably Lightning on the Elixir Collector. And even if he Lightnings on the Elixir Collector, it's going to give me a positive Elixir trade. Because we get 1 Elixir when it dies. Pretty good trade for me. I do have to Lumberjack here. I should have dropped it a little bit earlier because I needed to cycle to my Golem. So the Lumberjack is not a bad decision. He might Tornado it just like us. That's okay. At least the Tornado's out of cycle now. So if I Golem and I go on the same side, that could be a good decision. I could also go in for Elite Barbarians and just try to get him to Lightning this. We'll see if he decides to. If he Lightnings on the Ebarbs, he doesn't even kill it. So it's going to be difficult for him to, you know, get too much value here. Since we have a Tornado, we should be able to pull the Golem so it doesn't explode on when he wants it to. And then if he Lightnings, I think that we can just go in for like a very, very high Lumberjack here and say hello. All right, so he's going to Lightning on the Elixir Collector too. I guess I should have dropped the Electro Dragon a little bit different position, but it's fine. I can just Elixir Collector immediately, make sure that we get an Elixir advantage as per usual. I could have dropped it on the left-hand side because he's probably going to go there. No, he's going to go left. Okay, I'm very happy that I dropped my Elixir Collector here now. We can go Golem, and we have Elite Barbarians, we've got Tornado, and we've got Electro Dragon. With the Elixir Collector advantage, I think we have a good position moving forward. I'm going to try to damage down the Golem as quickly as I can before he affords the Lumberjack. And even if he does afford the Lumberjack, I think we're able to kill everything. The Ebarbs will die, but it's okay. I think that we can go for a very high Electro Dragon here and say hello, and then Lumberjack afterward. And if he decides to go Mega Minion, we're fine as well. Okay, so Lumberjack's going to lock onto my tower. Not the end of the world. It's still pretty obnoxious, but as I said before, pretty okay for me. So since the Lumberjack's going to die, I'm going to go Golem here. And then we still have Dragons alive. I think the Dragons will die, but as long as they're able to put in some semblance of work, then it's all good. I think that the Mega Minion is going to be able to kill everything, but it looks like it didn't kill it as quick as he wanted it to. And then we could Tornado so that we kill the Bats. And then the Golem's raged up with the Ebarb, so if we get 1 hit, we do win the game. All we're really looking for, we're going to go for Lumberjack and we're going to go for Skeleton Dragon since the Golemites are going to be tanking for the rest of our stuff. So I think that we're able to get a good trade here. With the Skeleton Dragons locking onto the tower or the Lumberjack hitting twice, we win the game. So as you guys can see, this is one of my main decks in Clash Royale. Someone asked for it. There's a video on my channel showing how to play this deck at a much higher trophy count. I kind of lost a lot of trophies trying out a meme deck. And yeah, I mean, this is not my true trophy count. If you guys want to see my true trophy count playing against some of the best players in the world, it's a top 1,000 in the world. It's on, it's in the link that I just sent in the chat. So check that out, SIRTAG CR on YouTube. And subscribe here if you guys want to see more daily streams or daily content, whether it's short form content or streams of all these challenges. When the next one comes up in 4 days, I'll be streaming it again here. So I hope to see you guys then. Love you lots. Have an amazing rest of your day. No matter when you're watching this, no matter where you're watching this, I hope you have an epic rest of your night. Peace. And we will see you guys next time.